Hello everyone, it is First and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon GO. We're back with another Pokemon GO tier list, and this time it's about Community Day Pokemon. If you haven't seen my last tier list in Pokemon GO about the best gym defenders in Pokemon GO, check it out. There will be a link in the description down below, and at the very top of the screen there should be a card right around now. So tap on that and it will bring you to that video. Maybe watch that video first or watch this video and then after that click on the end card and check that video out. If you guys like tier list videos like this one, suggest one in the comments down below. Really curious what you guys come up with. This was one of the suggestions, so thank you so much for that. If we hit 1,000 likes on this video, I'm gonna do another one of your suggestions. And as always, this is only my opinion. Don't, bring out your pitchforks and witch hunt me for my opinion, but I will make it sensible. So a couple of criteria that I'm using is the Pokemon useful? Is it meta relevant? Is it future proof? Was the community day fun? How about the secondary event? Secondary event, I mean like, hey, triple Stardust or double experience event, that sort of thing. And you're free to make your own community day tier list as well. I'll leave this in the description down below. Make sure you tweet me at Reverse on YouTube. Let me know what you think about your tier list. Let's make this a community kind of thing. But yeah, 1,000 likes and we'll do the next one. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, definitely go out and subscribe to the channel, because if you don't subscribe, you don't turn on those notifications, and you don't like this video, I'm gonna make sure that I will delete your oldest Pokemon in Pokemon GO. Obviously that's just a joke, but I'm also really curious, what kind of community day Pokemon would you really like to see in Pokemon GO? My one that I really want to see is Abra, because if Abra would be a community day Pokemon, I honestly think it would be incredibly fun if Abra has that same chance of running away in Pokemon GO. So you see that shiny, and the moment it breaks free from your Ultra Ball, Great Ball or Pokeball, it just flees. I don't know, I just think that is a very challenging and fun way of doing a community day, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be upset, but I think that would be a lot of fun. So, okay, let's rank these Pokemon up. So we're starting off with Pikachu, the first community day ever, working my way all the way to Torchic, the last community, most recent community day as I'm recording this video. We know the next one is Slack Off, but I'm not including it because we just don't know enough of it right now. So that being said, Pikachu is an easy excellent for me. It's like the grand opener, the staple of all community days. It was really unexpected, was a lot of fun, bunch of shinies. A lot of people actually got Pikachu as their first ever shiny, so that's a cool thing. You have the capability of getting your Pikachu badge up to gold, which obviously a lot of people like golden badges, so that obviously counts as well. Plus you have the ability to have a Pikachu in your storage with a hat or whatever, and you use a TM and it would learn Surf, and I thought that was kinda cool. Sadly they don't do that anymore. Also a little bit sad about the fact you couldn't evolve Pikachu and have Raichu Learn Surf. Raichu Learn Surf? Learn Surf! Learn Surf, how did I get to that? But yeah, Pikachu excellent, first ever community day, setting the tone for the rest of the year, which Dratini was the one in February. And Dratini gets a high grade from me, because Draco Meteor as the special move on Dragonite is just not that great, in my opinion. I just think Outrage is superior than Draco Meteor, simply due to the fact that I feel just 2-bar moves are generally better for the feeling, right? So that's a thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know if Draco Meteor has like 1 bar of 2 bars. But yeah, Outrage is better. Let's just keep it to that. The shinies are great. The Pokemon is great. This community day was great. 3-time Stardust was great. This community day was great. Bulbasaur was also great. I think Bulbasaur was great because Frenzy Plant on Venusaur, I've used that Pokemon a lot. It actually was one of the best grass type Pokemon in the game as a result of Frenzy Plant. Still to this day, I use Venusaur with Frenzy Plant. I've even used it in Twilight Cup and actually won Twilight Cup as a result of that. And I think the shinies is fantastic as well. So it goes into great for me as well. The Bulbasaur goes into great. Then Mareep is legendarily underwhelming because the second move right now doesn't do anything for it. Maybe in the future if we get Mega Evolutions we can, revisit this, and then the Dragon Pulse that we got with Mareep, would be cool and nice and stuff, and you could do something with it. But even with that, even with Mega Ampharos, that is a Dragon Electric type, there's so many dragon typing in Pokemon Go. I feel next to what is the most saturated typing in Pokemon Go, so I cannot see Mareep Community Day getting better than a Great later down the road, even if we do have Mega Ampharos. But for now, it was just incredibly underwhelming because of that move. A lot of people were like, yeah, why do we get this move? And then there was speculation, and still to this day, we don't have Mega Evolutions yet. End of case, underwhelming. But the shiny is cool, so yeah, there's Mareep right there. Over here we got Charmander. Charmander brought the coolest shiny in Pokemon Go, which was shiny Charizard. So for that reason, it's gonna go rank a little bit higher than Mareep for sure. What else did we have during this community today? Triple bonus for Stardust, and Blast Burn was very significant on Charizard. Yeah, this is gonna go either excellent or great. I don't know. Where does... You know what? It's gonna go in excellent. A lot of people wanted this shiny. I just did very poorly on this shiny. I only got 2. This was my worst community day by far. Pikachu, I got 7. Jolteon, I got 6. Bulbasaur, I got 12. And Mareep, I don't even remember how much I got with Mareep. So all the videos that I made on these community days will be linked in the description down below. That way you guys can go out and check those community day videos out for yourself. Next up, we got Larvitar. Larvitar with Smackdown and triple catching experience was available. So the moment that we got Larvitar Community Day made it that Tyranitar became the best rock type attacker by a landslide, like significantly. The second best rock type attacker in Pokemon Go at the time was Golem, which is more of a defensive Pokemon when you look at it, right? For that reason, and because this Pokemon is still so incredibly meta, it goes up to Legendary tier. It only recently got dethroned by Rampardos, but still, even with that, if you have like 6 Tyranitar and you have Smackdown on them, it will still do a lot of damage. Rampardos is only a little bit better in my experience. So yeah, definitely the first Legendary goes to Tyranitar Larvitar Community Day. Then we got Squirtle. Squirtle was really interesting. Was July of 2018. It came with Blastoise and Hydro Cannon, but the thing was that there was a fixed shiny rate on the Pokestop research, and I really didn't like that. I really did not like that, but some people obviously were like, you know, this is great, this is fantastic, now I can get myself a guaranteed shiny. But here's the thing, I think what makes Community Day fun is the fact that you can compete with a friend and you know, cheer each other on to get shinies. The moment I walked into the park during Squirtle Community Day, immediately was Geo, there's the shiny, there's the shiny, there's the shiny. I was like, what's going on? They're fixed. And I was like, wow, that's a fun thing. I actually played Community Day only 1 hour because of this. And for that reason, it's a nice shiny. Blastoise, I'm going to be incredibly curious how Mega Blastoise with the sunglasses look. I'm just going to put Squirtle into nice tier based off my experience. I didn't really enjoy that Community Day as much, but I wouldn't go as far as to put it into underwhelming, because that wouldn't do any sort of justice to real people who actually had the capability of getting themselves shiny Squirtle because of the Pokestops. Eevee Community Day. Eevee Community Day was special. Eevee actually came with Last Resort, and the Eeveelutions all learned Last Resort. Also, by the way, Squirtle Community Day, I managed to get myself 6 Squirtle, so there's that. So for Eevee Community Day, I was in San Francisco. We were doing the shoot at the time for Pokemon GO Travel. This is the easiest legendary tier, legendary rank shiny that I will give right now, because this Community Day was so special. It was 2 days, it was an entire weekend, giving people plenty of opportunity to get themselves the shiny Eevee. It looks really cool as a shiny, a lot of possibilities right there, so I don't really have to explain this particular Community Day so much, but this really made it that it is kind of wanted by the community, and still to this day, Niantic, if you're watching this, please, more of the 2-day Community Days. That really was great, so I really enjoyed this. This was a awesome Community Day. I got myself 15 shinies during the 2 days that I was doing Community Day there. Next up is Chikorita. Chikorita was kind of interesting because whenever Community Day for Chikorita ended, we actually got the Mailtime THESE in Pokemon GO with the Ditto. So I do treat that as one thing, right? I do treat it as one event because at first, you know, Chikorita Community Day kind of underwhelming, nice, but then it became a little bit better. So I'm gonna put Chikorita Community Day into great as a result of that. Meganium, I'm not really that interested in Meganium. I don't feel Meganium is like a super duper amazing Pokemon or anything like that. I did manage to get myself 29 shinies in Japan. I was with like some top Pokemon GO players in Japan. We were in the car and there was like 700-800 spawns over the course of the 3 hours in which we did Community Day. So there was an insane Community Day. Got myself 29 shinies during this one. That is still a video. If we got 2,500 likes on that video, I'll release that video next week. So if we got that, I'll release that video next week. Then we have Beldum. So I don't have a video of Beldum Community Day because I was in Denmark and actually took a little bit of a break from YouTube for an entire month. And Beldum, at that time when I was in Denmark, that was kind of insane. Got myself, how many shinies did I get myself? I wrote it down. Got myself 22 shiny Beldum. And shiny Beldum with Meteor Mash, that was an insane combination. First and foremost, it looks really good as a shiny. And then Meteor Mash still makes it to this day the best steel type attacker. It cemented itself as the best steel type attacker in Pokemon GO. Only Melmetal right now comes a little bit close, but still not quite as good. I'm gonna place this one in Legendary because it is super meta relevant. It was a cool Community Day. We actually had 1/4 egg hatching distance, which is okay, you know, it's alright. But yeah, this is definitely a memorable Community Day. Cyndaquil came after that, and for Cyndaquil we had double catching experience and double Stardust. And Cyndaquil, I actually don't really remember. I was in Germany, I got like 13, 14 shinies, but I'm not sure whether or not I should put it into nice or underwhelming. I'm gonna put it in nice for now. No, I'm gonna put it in underwhelming, but not below Mareep. I thought that Cyndaquil Community Day was kind of underwhelming. Typhlosion just doesn't do much for Pokemon GO right now, which is kind of sad. The shiny was not that fantastic in my opinion either. So it was kind of like, you know, we have Beldum and then you follow it with Cyndaquil, and that feeling is kind of like not super duper interesting. However, what was very interesting was December. December of 2018 brought back all the previous Pokemon that were featured in the Community Day. This was over the course of an entire weekend. There were these Community Day Pokemon spawning all in the wild. So if you didn't have any of the Community Day Pokemon, you were able to get them. So that was a good thing. And then there was a time frame of 3 hours, I believe on a Saturday, in which you had a crazy chance of getting all of them as a shiny. So that was a really cool Community Day on itself. For that reason also, I'm gonna put this one right after Eevee. That gets followed up by Totodile, which you go from one of the best Community Days to Totodile. Now Totodile in itself didn't really do much of anything, kind of a mixed bag for me. It was kind of underwhelming really, if anything. I think it's kind of like the same level as Cyndaquil. It was kind of underwhelming. I feel that Shiny Tyranitar, Shiny Feraligatr doesn't really do much for Pokemon GO with Hydro Cannon. Actually, you know, that's not fair. That's not fair. It's a good water attacker. It can be a good water attacker, that's for sure. It can learn some decent dark moves, so I'm gonna put it into nice. But that's all it's gonna get. That's all it's gonna get. So, sadly, both water types right here. Hopefully Mudkip will do a little bit better, which I'm pretty sure it will. Next up is Swineup. Swineup came with Mamoswine actually being released like a day or two before that Community Day. So I'm gonna include that into my rating for Swineup Community Day. Swineup Community Day came as a surprise, but a very welcomed surprise, because Mamoswine is the best Ice type attacker in Pokemon GO. Alongside with that, they did something else with this particular Community Day. You see, during trainer battles, you would get yourself 5 guaranteed Sinnoh Stones for the duration of the Community Day event, which is a very good thing, giving people the opportunity to actually evolve the Piloswine into Mamoswine. And then also to top that off, there was a move introduced which is relevant for trainer battles. The first time ever in which we had a Pokemon that would buff/debuff other Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and that was Ancient Power. So for that reason, I am going to be putting the Swineup community today into a very... I'm just going to put it into Legendary. If I'm putting Larvitar into Legendary, I have to put Swineup into Legendary as well, because these were all really fantastic community days to have in Pokemon Go. Next up, we got Torchic.
Yeah, nah, mate, that's gotta be Trico, huh?
Torchic, Trico! Learned Frenzy Plant on Sceptile, and I think because of that, Sceptile is the best... Well, not anymore, but... It's a really good grass type attacker in Pokemon Go, definitely top 3. For Trico, the shiny looks really cool. I had a lot of fun with Trico Community Day. There was 1/4 egg hatching distance, so that wasn't really super duper interesting, but Trico was not that bad. It was not that bad. I feel it's a great Community Day, but nothing much more than that, in my opinion. Next up we got Bagon. I was in Singapore for Bagon Community Day. I actually managed to get myself 29 shiny Bagon, which is insane. For me in Singapore, there were a lot of connection issues. That's not gonna, you know, increase or decrease the rating. But I do feel like sharing this was actually kind of an insane community day. Salamence is definitely a useful Pokemon in Pokemon Go, although Garchomp right now is better than Salamence and Dragonite. But still, regardless of that, I still would recommend people to, you know, evolve a Salamence if they don't have like a Dragonite or a Rayquaza yet. So it's definitely a really good Pokemon. I'm gonna put Bagon into Excellent. I definitely think it's high Excellent. I actually think it's a little bit better than Pikachu Community today, in my opinion, right here. We also had triple catching experience for Bagon Community Day. I think the shiny looks okay. It's nothing super duper special. I don't really like Salamence as much, but I love the way that Shelgon looks, so that's gets plus points right there. Yeah, I think it's an excellent Community Day, but definitely not in the top 5 right here. Torchic Community Day. A lot of people would think that Torchic Community Day would be ranked a little bit lower. I do feel that Torchic Community Day was a really good Community Day, and I think I'm going to put it into Excellent. And the reason for that is Blaziken, I feel is going to be really relevant later down the road. Having Blaziken with Blaze Kick introduced as well alongside with Blast Burn on Blaziken give Blaziken a lot of options during trainer battles. So that is a cool thing. I really like that a lot. The shiny on Shiny Blaziken, it looks cool. I really like the way that one looks. Triple Catch Stardust was also very helpful, especially because just before that we had the Detective Pikachu event, and you could actually save up a bunch of Arcanine into your stack and actually get yourself a bunch of Stardust whenever this Community Day started. So I think a lot of people will always appreciate triple Stardust within Pokemon GO Community Day, so you really cannot go wrong there. I think it's an excellent Community Day, and I think this rankings right here is pretty solid. Once again, this is based on my opinion and my experience of the Community Days. The next Community Day is going to be Slackoth for the month of June. I'm really interested to see how that's gonna go, because I'm really just not sure what to think about it, what the special move is gonna be. I'm hoping abilities will be introduced in Pokemon Go. If that's not the case and Slacking is just gonna get a regular charge move, then I'm probably gonna be putting it into Underwhelming, because I just really don't like Slacking that much. Maybe into a Nice, because I know it makes people happy that Slacking will be in Pokemon Go as a Community Day Pokemon. The shinies look okay of Slack Off. But yeah, I'm really curious for July and August. What do you guys think that the Community Days are gonna be? I think personally that we got to see Mudkip and Ralts. I think Ralts and Mudkip will be two Pokemon that will be featured during the upcoming 2 Community Days, mostly because during Pokemon Go Fest we actually had Ralts in the featured post, I believe, in one of the teaser images. So I think that was a cool thing. And then for myself, I would really love to see Abra as a Community Day. As I mentioned before, I think that would be a really great addition to Community Days in Pokemon Go. And then lastly, I want to ask you guys a question. What, in your opinion, was the best Community Day? And most importantly, why was this particular Community Day the best one for you? Was it because it had a special memory? or because you really like that particular Pokemon, make sure you let me know down in the comment section down below. Remember, 1,000 likes on this video, I will go ahead and release the next tier list video. And as always, make sure if you guys like this video to boom, give it a thumbs up. That being said though, I'm gonna wrap this tier list off here. This has been Reverse for Pokemon Go. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.